Hey guys, welcome to an Overwatch guide. Not that Overwatch, this Overwatch. The one that's supposed to be keeping hackers out of the game. So what is Overwatch, you ask? Overwatch in CSGO is a system where an investigator, that is you, gets short demos of people who have been reported in game. You review these demos and decide whether that suspect is cheating or not. The demos usually last 8 rounds or 10 minutes. Your judgment affects the future cases that you get. Every investigator has an Overwatch score that is important to maintain if you want to get more harder cases. If you make incorrect judgments consistently, then your judgment weighting for future cases would not be taken seriously and your score would decrease. When you're new to Overwatch, you get test cases of suspects whose judgments had already been convicted and decided. And your judgments of these test cases will determine your first Overwatch scores and accuracy, which will determine whether you get more cases or not. For a particular demo or a case, many investigators take a decision regarding the suspect's innocence. So it's not just you who is judging that specific case, there's many people collectively judging it. Community members who maintain both a high level of activity and high Overwatch scores will receive more cases to elect to participate in. Valve said that. Not everyone can do Overwatch though, there are some requirements. First, you need to have at least 150 competitive wins. Your rank should be a Gold Nova 1 at a minimum. You should have played the game for a minimum of 350 hours. This may not always be the case though. There have been cases where people got it unlocked after 160 wins instead. And there may be a reason for this. The criteria may vary depending on person to person, because Valve stated that investigators are selected based on their CSGO activity. Competitive wins, account age, hours played, skill group, low report count, etc. Maybe that's why you might not unlock it right after fulfilling the requirements and it might take more time. When you report a person while playing a match, they might not end up in the Overwatch system right after. It depends on how many reports the person has gotten. The system contains replays of players whose pattern of being reported exceeds or otherwise stands out from those of their peers. They may have a sudden spike in reports, or they may have slowly built up many reports over a long period of time. Additionally, a player may appear in a test case replay that has previously received a not guilty verdict. These are randomly inserted into a case load and are used exclusively to help the system score investigators. The verdict in these test cases will not result in any action against the suspect. Also, according to many sources, you only get Overwatch cases of people whose ranks are less than or equal to yours. So if you are a Legendary Eagle, you cannot get cases of suspects who might be Legendary Eagle Master, Supreme Master First Class or Global Elite. If you are MG1, you cannot get cases of MG2s, respectively. This definitely helps to keep judgments more skill group based. A Gold Nova 1 cannot judge the gameplay of a Global Elite. If you become eligible for Overwatch, you will see an icon pop up in the main menu. It will keep popping up if you have a case that you can review. At the end of each case, you will be asked to judge whether there is sufficient evidence to convict the suspect regarding specific cheats. There are 4 options which you have to judge. The first, aim assistance, that is aimbot and other stuffs. Second, the vision assistance, like wall hacks, smoke hacks, etc., flash hacks and stuff. Third, external assistance, like speed hack, bhop scripts, recall scripts, etc. Fourth, griefing. CSGO's griefing means anti-competitive behavior like team killing, throwing, blocking teammates, nading teammates, etc. All of these anti-team stuffs are considered to be griefing. You cannot go back in the demo, you can only go forward in the demo. So if you have missed a shot that a suspect has taken, you cannot rewind in time. However, you can watch the case at a later time by clicking review later at the end of the demo. That's the only way where you can go back in time. You can, however, fast forward the demo if you have found sufficient evidence to judge 4 criteria. In the case that I have seen right now, there is a blatant wall hacker and aimbotter, so once I have found sufficient evidence, I had skipped to the end. Overwatch and CSGO would have helped a lot in keeping the cheaters out, but there are still hundreds and thousands of cheaters in CSGO. I feel like not many people are doing Overwatch now, and people are more bothered about competitive matchmaking and third-party matchmaking. Overwatch could be fun sometimes, but Valve hasn't spoken about this system in years too. It's not like everyone is aware of this system. It also feels like Valve doesn't care about the game anymore. They care more about cases, skins, and their tournaments, like majors. Most of the people playing the game at higher ranks play Faceit, ESEA, and other third-party servers. Anyway, let's see what happens. That's all you need to know about Overwatch and CSGO. I'll catch y'all later. See ya.